He couldn't understand me, so he learned how to and stole my heart. Every Friday at exactly 3:17 p.m., I walked into the library, took 3 right turns, and ran my fingers along the poetry section until I reached the book What Silence Sounds Like and found a cozy place to sit and read. It was silly maybe, but I needed it. I'm deaf, and life, especially in a world not built for people like me, feels like chaos. I can't control how strangers talk to me or how often people assume I'm stupid just because I sign, but I could control this. And for months, it worked until he showed up. Calculations, the new librarian, the guy with permanent pen smudges on his hands, who once dropped an entire box of returns and apologized to the books. He was tall and curly-haired and always seemed a little too big for his own body, like a cartoon character trying to walk through a real world. The first time he saw me, he mouthed, "Hi," and I signed back. He blinked and blurted, "I have no idea what you just said, but I think it was nice." I laughed. Not out loud, obviously, but he saw it, and he kept trying. Scribbled notes, over-animated gestures, once even miming a full shelf collapse when I asked for help finding a title. It was messy, clumsy, but it was kind, which made it worse. I didn't plan on liking him, as you can't schedule that sort of thing, and liking him meant something I couldn't control. So I stopped going to the library, just like that. I told myself it was better to keep the order, the rules, the silence. But every Friday at 3:17, I still found myself watching the clock. I typed and deleted messages to no one, read the same poem, and imagined what he might have said about it. Weeks later, I finally walked back in. Cal looked like he'd seen a ghost, then grinned so hard he almost tripped over a book cart. He didn't speak, just disappeared into the back and returned with a dog-eared copy of Sign Language for Dummies and held it like it was a bouquet. He set it down and signed, awkward, shaky, and beautiful. "I missed you. I've been learning." My throat closed as I pulled out my small hearing aid, slid it behind my ear, and whispered, "Me too." He looked stunned, then grinned again, this time more careful. I took his hand and tapped 3 times against his palm, our own private rhythm. I slowly signed to him. I've spent so long trying to control everything, but sometimes the best things happen when you don't. He nodded and signed back, like dropping 20 books on your crush. I smiled. It didn't matter if we didn't get every word right. We were listening now, in the way that mattered, and that was enough.